All right, Hare Krishna. Welcome. Today, 16th February, we are meeting here to further discuss on Bhagavad Gita. Thursday, today is Thursday. Bhagavad Gita on this chapter 9. All right. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shaha Ganaragunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saha Gana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Jayapataka Swami Tinamine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasachari Satarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Viknana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Tarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Paditaram Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garatise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Suratau Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasvat Padam Boja Radha Madanam Mohanau Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadaha Srimad Ratnagara Singhasanastau Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prishtali Sevya Manusmarami Sriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsivata Tatastita Karshan Venur Sanir Gopir Gopinata Yesriyestuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Om Tat Sat Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, so Hare Krishna. So we are in text. You're in which text now? Text 6, is it? 5?
7, sir.
Or text 7? Oh, okay. It's here. All right. So today we are continuing our discussion on this topic, the most confidential knowledge. All right. In this topic, Krishna is basically summarizing all the things that you're supposed to know. All right. All the things that is mentioned in the Vedas is getting summarized here. All right. So we just go through the 2 verses before. Chapter 4, what we have read. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. I mean, it is okay. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. And he says, and yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Be okay. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. Okay. Then after that, at last, the example what we have learned from here is understand that the mighty wind blowing everywhere. The wind blows everywhere, rests always in the sky. It always remains in the sky. All created beings rest in me. Okay. So today, now we're going to look at text 7. Okay. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakriting Yanti Mamikam Kalpashaya Punastani Kalpado Visirjamya Aham. Okay, when you see this word here, you can join the word Visirjamyaham. MYA, Myaham. All right. So Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakriting Yanti Mamikam Kalpashaye Punastani Kalpadav Visirjamyaham. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpashaya Punastani Kalpadav Visirjamyaham. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpashaya Punastani Kalpadav Visirjamyaham. Right? So who would like to try? We only have what? Hey, only 2 of you. Oh, okay. Okay, each of you just try to recite this verse. 2 Matajis. Nanda Mataji, Narasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punashtani Kalpadav Vishrajami Aham.
Good. Visirjamyaham. Nice. Okay, Arsi Mataji.
Right, try, yeah? Okay, Hare Krishna. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakashe Punastani Kalpadu Varjami Aham.
Visirjamyaham. All right. No problem. Good try. Good try. Okay. So Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpashaya Punastani Kalpadav Visirjamyaham. Sarva Bhutani. That means all created entities. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti. Prakritim, nature. Yanti, enter. Mamikam, my. Kalpashaye, at the end of the millennium. Okay. Puna, again. Tani, all those. Kalpa Adav, in the beginning of the millennium. Visirjami, create. Aham, I. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the translation is, O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, right? At the end of the millennium, maybe I'll just put this on silent. Right. O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestation enter into my nature. All right. At the end of the millennium, all the material nature enter into my manifestation, enter into my nature. And at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. Okay. So this is what we studied in Bhagavad, right? So at the end of millennium, when everything is gone, when everything is annihilated, right? All material manifestation, everything that is made of this matter, all right? From upper loka up to the lower material, this material universe, right? Enter into my nature. How? When Vishnu breathes in, whoop, everything goes in. Okay. So then when he breathe out, everything will come out through the pause, through the breathing and everything. So that means we are living in between the Vishnu's breathe in and breathe out. We are just in between. All right. So, and at the beginning of another millennium, when another millennium starts, with by my potency, by Krishna's potency, I create them again. Everything I create. Okay. So let's look at the purport. The creation, maintenance, and annihilation of these material cosmic manifestations are completely dependent in the supreme will of the personality of Godhead. Okay, so the creation, and to maintain the creation, and after that to annihilate, to destroy it, all right, of what? Of this entire cosmic manifestation. Okay, this entire cosmic manifestation are completely dependent on the supreme will. That means by his will, his desire of the personality of Godhead. At the end of millennium means at the death of Brahma. Okay, when Brahma reaches 100 years old, when he dies, right? So the end of the millennium, that means the death of Brahma. So Brahma lives for 100 years, and his one day is calculated 4,300,000 of our earthly years. Okay, what is that? One day. One day is equivalent to 4,330,000 years. All right. His night is of the same duration. So here we are talking about his day. One day, that means daytime. All right. His night is of the same duration. Okay. And also the night. Night, it means 8.6 million years. This thing. All right. Okay. His month consists of 30 such days and nights. And these of the 12 months. Okay. After 100 such years, all right, when 100 years over, when Brahma dies, the devastation of the annihilation takes place. Okay, this means that the energy manifested by the Supreme Lord is again wound up, all right, pack up in himself. Then again, when there is a need of manifest the cosmic world, it is done by his will. So Bahush Syam, okay, although I am one, I shall become many. Okay, this is the Vedic aphorism. Okay, in Chandogya Upanishad, Canto 6, Chapter 2, Text 3. He expands himself in the material energy, and the whole cosmic manifestation again takes place. All right. So we have discussed this many times. Do you have any questions on this? Any of you, Nanda Mataji or Arsi Mataji?
Oh, no, Prabhu, I'm okay with it.
You got idea?
Yes, yes.
The duration. All right, great. In fact, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita class, I'm going through the teacher was. I mean, there's a description in Adi Leela chapter text. I mean, what they call chapter 3, if I'm not mistaken. All right, the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. In that, they explain about all this. And again, they said if anyone just can understand this, it's considered liberated.
Ah,
It's considered liberated because it is a very complex thing. And of course, if you can understand from where it came from, right? Krishna, then from Balaram, then Mahasankarsana, then the quadruplet, right? The 4 expansion, and after from that 4 expansion, another 4 expansion, right? Quadruplet of the quadruplet, right? So like that, then end of the day, Garbhodakshayi, from Garbhodakshayi, at last is Kishirodakshayi Vishnu.
Okay.
All right. So it's very nice. So no questions, huh? All right. Okay. Then we proceed. Text 8. Prakritim swam avastabhya visirjami punaha bhutagramam imam krishnam avashyam prakriter vasat. Right? Prakrite vasat. Okay. What he says. So prakriti means the material nature. Swam. Swam means my personal self. Avastabhya, entering into. Okay. Avastabhya. In Tamil, what they call it? Tabanam. Avastabhya. All right. Vishirjami, I create. Puna, again and again. Bhuta gramam, of all the cosmic manifestation. Imam, this. Krishnam, in total. Avasham, automatically. Prakrite, of the force of nature, was vashat, under obligation. So again, the whole cosmic order is under me. Okay, Krishna is explaining the whole cosmic order is under me, and under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. Okay. So the whole cosmic order, everything, the entire order is under me. So what we can understand from here? So that means the entire cosmic order, that means including that 9 Navagraha planet and all these things under him. And after that, Krishna says, under my will, at his will, all right, whatever you feel like it, okay, at his will, it is automatically manifested, okay, and again under my will, it is annihilated at the end, right? So, okay, this material world is a manifestation of the inferior energy, all right? Okay, now let's look at this. It's going to be very interesting subject. Okay, so now, so this material world, okay, this material world is what? Is the manifestation, okay, manifestation or creation from where? From inferior energy, okay, inferior energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So there is three types of energy, you all remember. One is the, what they call, spiritual energy, which is internal energy, Hladini Shakti, spiritual energy, and okay, spiritual energy in what we call superior. Opposite of that is inferior, which is material energy. How we can understand that? So what is the difference between superior and inferior? The superior energy is original, and the inferior energy or the material energy is only the shadow, right? All right. Or in other words, we can say a superior energy and the material energy is just like a, okay, example. Okay, now we see a car, a Mercedes car, Mercedes Benz, right? But if you go to the toy shop, you can see what they call that replica, the tiny one, the tiny, right? The tiny car look exactly like it Mercedes. Whatever things they have in that actual car, it is actually in that replica, right? In replica, and of course they put a ratio 1 to 100 or 1 to 500. I think feet or something like that, right? 1 to 500 inches or something like that. They've got a replica, right? The ratio. Have you all seen that before? You know, when you buy that replica car like a Ferrari, if you go and pour Shell, sometimes you can win some presents, some prizes, right? The tiny Ferrari behind there is ratio 1 to 500 inches of. I'm not sure how they calculate. So the original and replica both are same. But what is the difference? The original is drivable. Original is everything is there, but the replica is only a replica. So what are we actually seeing here in this material world? It is actually the shadow of the spiritual world. It's the shadow. All right. Shadow, it is a temporary thing, temporary manifestation. Right? Say, like, for instance, there's a light in front of me, and I'm putting the hand, and behind there's a shadow. So why? As long the light must exist or my hand must exist. That's when the shadow exists. All right. I am permanent because I've got an object. I got a what they call. I got a what they call manifestation. Okay. I got a form, right? And there's a light, and behind that, now I can see the shadow under this thing. So when I put my hand, which is this thing, this thing, shadow is there. So when I take off my hand, there's no shadow. So shadow is only a temporary thing. So this material world is a manifestation of inferior energy, or the shadow of that actual energy. The shadow of the spiritual world is this thing, right? So that's why you see here, nothing can stand permanent in this material world. Nothing can stand permanent, right? Like that day in Facebook, I saw one house, a big mansion, right? Belonged to a big tauke, mining tauke. And now the house is abandoned. All right, like if you're in Penang Island, you can see so many houses have been abandoned. So what is the issue? Some say it's because of the will conflict. The fellow died, he might have 4 wives, and through the 4 wives, he might have what, at least 12 children, and their children that this thing. So even one person doesn't want to sign the agreement, the will, or the settlement, EA, okay, no, what do you call it? LA, all right? So all the one person doesn't want to sign, you can't come to the settlement. So imagine when the person built that kind of mansion, he built with so much of aspiration, right? He was just imagine how he pushed his collar up and say, "Oh, look at my house." He might be going around telling people, showing off, "Look at this, look at that." But what happened today? It's abundant, right? And some say certain houses, I think this thing, are all what do you call, haunted. Okay, like Kelly's castle. He built with so much of aspiration, but before he could finish it, he died. So what we are trying to tell you here is, nothing is permanent in this place, because this is a matter, it's an inferior energy, it's a shadow energy, right? Nothing. Even once upon a time, we might have been a very good looking person. As we get older, we are losing our beauty. We are losing our vigor, right? We might be very energetic and everything, vigor. We are losing that, right? We are losing our sanity. Okay, once upon a time, I'm very sane. No, I'm very sharp. As we get older, we become nyanyo. We're losing the sanity, right? Once upon a time, I can simply run. Have you heard people say, I've never been to hospital? Sometimes the old grandmother used to say, right, I don't even take a Panadol in my life. Look now, how many medicines I'm taking. So these are the things. So nothing is permanent here, right? This is a non-permanent manifestation, right? So even, so we are quickly running through within that 8,400,000 species of life. We are quickly running through, all right? You get a human body, you live maybe 60 years, 70 years. After you finish, then immediately you go to another body, right? A dog can live up to 10 years, right? A cat, I think it was 10 years. A cow live up to 20 years. A chicken live up to 3 years, all right? Maybe what they call a bug, all right? A bug, vandu and all this, maybe can live up to maybe 1 month. So there are, according to different types of body, we have different types of manifestation. Okay, we got different types of this thing. But we are actually, if you really see, we are going through our life very quickly, one by one. Finish, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the one. So we are moving. That's why Krishna says, I am Kala, I am time. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's very precious. So it's happening very fast. You know, like I just feel as though like I'm still young. I feel like as though like I just finished my Form 3. Now my daughter is I feel like I'm just going to Form 4. Right now I'm seeing my daughter is going to Form 4. Right now I feel like as though like I'm still young and everything. But after that, getting up from the bed, backache. Right. Sometimes when you try to run that day, like I was trying to cross the road, just a small run. All right. Okay. Why go so far? Even during Kirtan. Right. Last time I can go on dancing for hours. Right. Dancing in Kirtan, during Kirtan. Okay. Can play Mridanga for hours. Now, just play 2 hours, my hand all swollen. All right. Just jump a few times, tired. That is what is happening. So, in this material manifestation, so what is permanent in this world now? All right, fair enough, this is shadow. So what is permanent? So we are in that wheel, Kala Chakra, we are going very fast. The wheel is going very fast, super fast. All right, super fast is spinning, right? Spinning, but sometimes you don't realize it. It's spinning very fast, spinning very fast. One body to another body, to another body, to another body, to another body, new relation, new family, new associate, new body, new kind of senses, new this, new that, new wife, new spouse, new children. Going. So basically, we are getting churn. That's why he says, Kulashekara always says, a whirlpool. You know, whirlpool in the water? When he got in, when a person falls into the whirlpool, he cannot think. He's like being spun so fast. He don't know even how active or fantastic a swimmer. So he cannot, he's been churned. Right? And by the time you cannot think anything, boom, drown. The thing gets pushed down, pulled down inside. Right? So that's the thing. So what is that permanent thing that we should think about? What is the permanency? Right? In this whirlpool, the only thing that permanent, all right, is our sadhana. Krishna knows, all right? If at all, if you say that if you renew your body, everything renewed, then that's it. We can never, no way we can come out from this whirlpool or from this prison. All right? But Krishna says, it's okay. You try your best. How many percent you actually achieve this birth? You're going to continue from where you stop in next birth. But even though that you're going to start from where you stopped, but still you have to go through birth, death, old age, and disease. And in that whirlpool, you are trying to accumulate more and more piety. All right. You know how scary you're not to have human body. All right. It's very scary. I'm telling you. How I got this realization. All right. My son, while I was doing something, my son was watching this what they call Animal Planet, National Geography, Animal Planet. If you really want to know how it feels, how dreadful to be to be born in animal life, watch this Animal Planet or what they call National Geography. It's very scary and totally unfair. Okay, that's one thing. A deer, what they call deer. Another one is what rusa. What they call there's another one. The big tando, you know. Huh? No, rusa.
Rusa is deer.
Deer. The big deer. What they call that? Yeah, that's one word. Okay, so the mother and the calf, the baby deer, okay, just make it deer lah. Okay, wanted to go to it's a hot season starting, drought starting, and both of them feeling thirsty, and they wanted to go to the river to drink water. Right? And what is waiting in the water is a crocodile. Right? The crocodile, the mother and the baby crocodile, both are hungry. It is very funny. For the deer to survive, it has to depend on the water. And for the crocodile to survive, it has to depend on the land animal who comes and drinks. It needs fresh meat, or it needs meat, right? So the deer is watching the thing, and the crocodile is looking at him and looking at the deer. And both of them are staring and looking for opportunity to go and drink. He is looking for a food, and that fellow is looking for a food. How terrible, how scary. Actually, it's very, very, very scary situation, right? It's very scary situation, right? So that is what we are doing. But the problem with us, when as a human being, we have so much of sense gratification compared to animal. Sometimes we forget what we have gone through, right? We forget, right? We just the things that in front of us look so exciting. Sometimes we forget, right? It looks so tempting. Sometimes, like sometimes when we see, like, okay, like myself, I see my friends are all doing very well. They're very opulent, very distinct, they're like Chinese New Year, they don't want to call me for party. They say, no point calling this guy. All right, he's not the party type anymore. But sometimes when I just think about it, wow, they're all enjoying themselves. But actually, what is happening? Right? The senses that we think that we perceive everything that happening in front of us looks so real, so real. Right? Everything that we own, we think, oh, it's going to be very permanent. Right? Every opulence that we have, we think it's going to last forever. Okay? Everything is going to last. We have seen in history, like there's a story about Alexander the Great, right? He said, when you put me in a coffin, make sure you put my hand outside. Okay, it took him a lifetime to come to that understanding. What is that understanding? Life is so impermanent, and at the end of the day, after all, nothing matters. How rich, how wonderful, how opulent, how beautiful spouse that you may have, how much of money accumulation, everything you have, end of the day, nothing is there. Right? It takes a lifetime for him to understand. Right? So it's like that. So now, so I say the material energy is manifestation of inferior energy. So what we understand today, the inferior energy is actually shadow. All right? Is shadow. Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This has already been explained several times. At the creation, the material energy let loose the Mahatattva. Okay, at the creation, during the creation, right, the material energy let loose as the Mahatattva, into which the Lord and his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, enters. All right, so he let loose of the Mahatattva, into which the Lord and his first Purusha incarnation, okay, of Mahavishnu enters. Right? That means there's a lot of bubbles and everything, so he enters. All right. Okay. He lies in that causal ocean, Karana Kadal, where, all right. So let me go through again. At the creation, the material energy is let loose. That means the material energy. All right. All that inferior energy let loose. That means all right. All are going. All right. And okay, what as a Mahatattva? Okay. Into which the Lord as his first Purusha incarnation. That means the Lord as his first Purusha incarnation. What is the first Purusha incarnation? He became Mahavishnu, right? Narayana. So he became the first Mahavishnu. He enters. And what you call that place? We call that place as causal ocean. The ocean that causes things to happen. Cause. In Tamil or in Ki, what do we call? Karana Kadal. Karanam. What is the reason? Karanam, right? So Karanam. So Karana Kadal, the ocean of Karanam. So in English, proper translate as causal. Causal means there's a cause and effect. Cause ocean. Okay. Now, any questions? How many of you are confused? You all, are you following me on this?
Yes, Prabhu. I'm
Yes,
following.
Prabhu.
All right. Okay,
Yes,
great. Huh? Okay, because I'll go this as slow as I can.
Sir,
First we talk about Krishna. Yes, yes, someone say something.
Sir, just now for a short while, my computer shut down already. I didn't listen what you was explaining lah.
Oh, who's that? Huh?
Arasi.
Oh, Arasi Mataji. Okay. Right.
It shut down already, so I didn't listen any of your explanation.
Oh, just now?
Yes.
Oh, it's a long expedition.
Sorry.
It's okay,
Okay,
it's
never
okay.
mind. Then I'll see the recording lah.
Yeah, sure. So, Krishna, first expansion is Balaram, Mahasankarsan. Then from there came Aniruddha, Pradyumna, right? Then another Sankarsan. Then after that, he came, okay, all these expansions. Huh? So expansions after expansions, then he came into, so then now he come into the form of Narayana, Mahavishnu, right? So that's called Mahatattva. So he let loose. Mahatattva means it's a place. It's a considered like it's a universe. So it let loose. All that material energy was let loose, right? So okay, the material energy is let loose as the Mahatattva. What is this? Right now, then the Lord as the first Purusha incarnation. Okay, as the first Purusha incarnation, what he became Mahavishnu, and he enters and lies within the causal ocean. Karana Kadal, that means causal ocean. He go and lie down on his causal ocean. So far, so good. Now, after that, what he did? After he lie down in causal ocean, what did he do? And he breathes out. He breathes. Breathe out. Breathe out what? Innumerable universes. Okay, so far, so good. All of you understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, what is innumerable universe? That means from his body, when he breathed out all the bubbles, all many universe. That means from the nose and also from the bubble in the hand. Sometimes when you put the hand into the water, we can see bubble, right? Like that, all the bubble, everything like all over his body, all the pores, the universe is coming out. Okay? All right, now, then after that, what he did, and into each universe, the Lord again, okay, unto each universe, okay, that means every bubble is one universe. Like that, thousands of universes are manifesting. So what the Lord did, he again enters. He again enters into every bubble. Okay, everyone can follow. Huh? We have this what they call what's the name? Sivagami Mataji. Are you following? Can you get it?
Yes.
You got
I
the
can.
idea?
Yes.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Okay. So that means from his body, all the universe start coming out. And after, when you see all the bubbles around him, he expanded further and he entered into each. And that, what we call that? We call it as the Garbo Dakshai Vishnu. Garbo means pregnant. In Tamil, we call Garba. Garba means pregnant. Garba means intersanctum. All right. Even in the temple also, we call it Garba. They call Garba. What they call it? The inner sanctum.
Garbhagraham.
Huh?
Garbhagraham.
Garbhagraham. Garbhagraham means the inner sanctum. So that means something that is hidden inside a sanctum. So that means a womb, a child is inside the womb. Garbha. All right. So like that, what he did, the Lord from Mahavishnu, he enters as what? As Kishirodakshai. That means from Mahavishnu, now he becomes Garbhodakshai Vishnu. All right. Into every universe. He entered into every universe. All right. Now, after that, what happened? Now, after he enters into every universe, okay, each universe is in the way that way created. Okay, that means that's the way each universe are created. And he still further manifests. All right, he further manifests. Okay, that means from Garbhodakshai, he further expanded. What? As Kishirodakshai Vishnu. All right. And what is Kishirodakshai Vishnu? It is the localized expansion. All right. So what he did as a Kishirodakshai Vishnu? Okay, as a Kishirodakshai Vishnu, he enters into everything. That's it. We understand that way. He enters into everything. All right. Okay, into everything, even into the minute atom. Sometimes when you see inside the atom, there's a proton, neuron, all will be like, you can see the thing is moving. Even how much thing that you see, even you can go on looking. Okay, you see a bacteria, inside the bacteria, you go look further, you see something, and DNA, inside the DNA, you can go further and you see RNA, you can see things very amazing. Right? So until that, there's a living entity. That means there's so many things, even into the minute atom. So now what we understand as Kishirodakshai Vishnu, he enters into everything. That means he enters into atom, right? Every atom. That means we are combination of atom, right? So this mouse is combination of atom. The few atoms combined, everything is all thing. They created this. That means inside there's how many atoms if I disintegrate this thing. If I disintegrate this mouse, wonder how many billion trillion atoms I can extract out. And in each atom, Kishirodakshai Vishnu is there. So when you start to enter into everything, that's when things start to work, start to manifest, right? Just like you see a lot of toys, varieties of toys in front of you, and you just go there, you say, oh, I like that robot, right? So you like the robot is unmanifested. It is just a robot, a toy, a statue, okay? Then you just need to put a small battery behind, put the battery and click on, the robot start working. When you take out the battery, the robot becomes idle. Then suddenly you see another thing like a small sports car. You take the battery and put inside, suddenly boom, 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 the car start running. So like that, all the things were inanimate. That means all the things are not moving, stagnant. But when as a battery, the Kishirodakshai Vishnu entered into everything, everything start functioning. Everything start moving. Okay? Now, so this fact is explained here. So that means, in other words, what we say, he enters into everything. We understand, we understand it in that way. All right. So now what we can see from here, that means from Garbhodakshai, he came down as Kishirodakshai. And what is Kishirodakshai? Is a localized expansion. And what he did as a Kishirodakshai, very simple to understand, he enters into everything. That's it. Everything, including you. Even we are moving. Of course, even say like we are all combination of atom, fair enough. But this combination which combine into a body, it's functioning by it's functioning because there is a battery, there's a Paramatma in the heart. And the Paramatma takes the soul along and enters into that, the body starts functioning. Right? After that, the Paramatma and the Atma feels, oh, okay, this body is enough. That's it. We cannot go further. And the thing goes out, that's it. We discard the body. We call it death. All right. So he enters into everything. Okay, now, okay, let's look at this. What color? All right. This looks more interesting. What color is nicer? Okay, try this. So now, as far as the living entities are concerned, okay, as far as we are talking about now, we are talking about living entity. All right. They are impregnated All right? They are impregnated into this material nature. How? Why? Why the living entity are coming into material nature, impregnated, okay, into the material nature, and as a result of their past deeds. So now we are getting whatever things that we are getting here. All right. Even say, okay, we don't talk about animals, like we talk about human being, right? Even we can see some human beings are very lucky. Some are very unlucky. Some get things easily. Some need to struggle to get things. All right. Some are very highly educated. Some are not, they are not very educated. And some very highly educated, they will get a scholarship. And some, those who are extremely educated, they don't even have opportunity to walk into any university. So even in human form itself, we got varieties. Some can be very beautiful, some can be extremely ugly, right? Some can be what they call all varieties, duality. This is the world of duality. Whatever you see there, also you see the opposite there, right? So now, so that means into this material, because of the result of the past deeds, is because of their past deeds, right? And out of these deeds, what they do, they take different positions, right? They take different positions. So it's no point we cry over spilled milk. We have already taken this birth. Some of you might be lamenting with life. Why my life is so screwed up, right? Some is it okay? That's why the four people are usually like to come to Krishna. Who are they? The inquisitive, very curious. How these things all working? Who is behind this? Curious. Second, inquisitive, right? What is inquisitive? What is actually in the Vedas? All right. Okay, now I have read Bible, I've read this thing, but now I want to see what is this inquisitive. Want to find out. All right, the inquisitive people. That means they are the people who are interested with knowledge. Number three, right? The one who are looking for wealth, right? Looking for wealth. Okay, now all of us know, if only you worship Lord Balaji, Tirupati, Venkatachalapati, definitely you will have fortune. Yes or not? And everybody is start to, why my hand suddenly up? Huh? So, why my hand suddenly up? Did anyone raise my hand for, on my behalf? All right. Anyway, I don't know what's happening here. All right. So, where was I? So now, so we all know. Okay, if I go and worship Lord Venkatachalapati, I will have this kind of opportunity. All right. So many people are worshipping Lord Venkatachalapati for what? All right. Basically, everyone worships him for the sake of, right? For the sake of financial gain. Yes or not? Do you all agree? Do any one of you worship Lord Venkatachalapati for bhakti? Hello? Anybody home? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So what do you think? Do you all worship Venkatachalapati for bhakti or for opulence? Money?
Bhakti,
That's the truth.
Prabhu.
I mean, be frank lah.
Bhakti, Prabhu.
Sorry? Who said that? I heard someone say bhakti. Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
very difficult question to answer. You put
No.
us in crossroad
No.
now.
That's why I'm asking you. Do any one of you worship Lord Venkatachalapati for bhakti? Let me see. How many of you are here?
Who
Alright.
else you will ask, Prabhu? You tell me, we need some cash or something. Surely we have to go to him. Very difficult, Prabhu, honestly.
Very difficult, huh?
Say no.
Okay. And how many of you worship Venkatachalapati for bhakti? No one, huh? Right. So that means, oh, I go to India, you say what? Oh, enna motte, Tirupati motte, right? Everyone going there, right? Everybody will make a point to go to see Venkatachalapati. For what? For opulence. But is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. I think we have read that before, right? Even you want anything, come to Krishna. Better, safer. Do you all remember that class that we shared? I mean, I spoke. As we get older, all right, our desire will reduce, but our habit of worship will still increase. Yes or not? Do anyone of you remember that session? No comment. All right. So that means everyone.
Yes,
So that means, yes, you remember. Okay, thank God. So what I'm saying is everyone, that means they go to Krishna. Like for instance, they say, like South Indians especially, they got a very different understanding. They say you worship Krishna, you keep Krishna in the house, Krishna will take the fruit and blow away all your property. Have you heard about that? I think all of you are South Indians.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
heard about it or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, pulangulal eduthu. You know, like my auntie's house, there's a Krishna. I say, where's the pulangulal? Take it out. Yeah. அதை வச்சு ஊதிரோம் அழத்தியா அப்புறம் எதுக்கு கிருஷ்ணா வச்சிருக்கீங்க இல்ல அழகா இருக்காரு. But the Gujaratis, they are one of the most richest people in India, and they only worship Krishna. இது எப்படி இருக்கு? Right? I think Tata or Birla, Tata, I think he got a deity of Krishna made of all this fine jewel. Right? There's one Radha Krishna temple built by Tata. You know Tata Group? Tata. Right? Now they built a Swami Narayan temple. Why? Right? So that's the thing. So who are the third people who come to Krishna? The one who are looking for some kind of opulence. Right? Okay. And who is the number 4 people who come and seek Krishna? Who are the number 4th type of person who come to Krishna? The one in distress. He don't know what to do. He's so much distress. Right? He don't know what to, he's so much distress. So these are the 4 fortunate people who comes to Krishna. Right? So that means, in other words, now we may say, why Krishna put me in this kind of situation? Why? Why am I suffering? Why am I not getting things that I wanted to get? Why I see that person of so rich and so enjoy life, party here, party there, but why my life is so terrible? Right? Why? The flow is so handsome, good looking. Why am I looking ugly? Why? It's okay. All these things is because of the past result. What have you done in your past? That's the result. Right? That's the result. So we do not need to cry over the spilled milk. It's already gone. But the power that we have here is what kind of future are we trying to prepare? What are the things that we want to prepare? See, according to what I have understood from all the classes that I've attended by all the senior devotees, that some of you are joining this class for consistently, and some of you are chanting Hare Krishna very consistently. Even this act, you do it imperfectly, you can go to heaven for this. Heavenly delight is guaranteed. Right? How many of you feel like going to heaven? Indraloka. You know what you can find in heaven? Before that, let me tell you. Okay, there's the chef, heavenly chef, Nala. He cooks something that you've never eaten. Right? You can eat as much as you want. Right? You can sleep as much as you want. You can indulge in alcohol, somarasa, as much as you want. Right? Even you can indulge in this kind of sexual activities as much as you want. There's no one to stop you. And you're surrounded by apsaras, gandharvas, all the heavenly beauties. And you can listen. It is a place where it's 100% sense gratification. You do not need to go to work. You do not need to punch cut. Nothing. You just go there, 100% enjoy. Right? And you live there for 10,000 years. So how many of you want to go there? Why no sound? Hello? Come on, it's supposed to be a discussion, This is a Gita discussion.
Still, we have to come back after 10,000 years, boss.
After 10,000 years, then okay, what? You don't go.
And அப்புறம் திருப்பி life
Huh?
after 10,000 years முடிஞ்சிருச்சு நாங்க கொஞ்சம் enjoy பண்றப்ப time goes
Exactly. நம்ம enjoy பண்ணும்போது time ஓடுறதே தெரியாது. Right? When we are enjoying, we don't know how the time flies. Then after that, what happened? After we finish our 10,000 years, we will be sent to the clouds. Okay, we will study that in Bhagavad Gita as we go on. It will explain how we fall down from heaven. All right, we will be in the cloud. All right, and in the cloud we will be merged into the rain, and through the rain we fall to the earth. All right, and we go into a grain, and a man who eats that grain, the grain will produce semen, and we go and live in that semen, and through that semen we came out manifest as a human being. It's a process. All right, but it is not exciting, I'm telling you. After enjoying a fantastic life, suddenly you fall. Suddenly you're a millionaire, and next moment you become, say like Mr. A was a millionaire yesterday, and today is a pauper. What will happen to him? Right? He'll be like zombie. Right? What is life? Terrible. All the friends ran away. Right? So it's not exciting. So you still have that power to decide that do you want to go to the eternity or not? Do you still want to remain at this place? Do you still want to remain at this area or not? The inferior energy place. Do you still want to be here? Right? This here, material energy, which is the inferior energy. Do you still want to remain here? You can make a decision. Right? Okay, anyway. So let's move on. So what I'm saying, okay. So as a result of past deed, so now you can make a change. And how to make a change is very simple. Right? Oh, I cannot follow the regulations. Oh, I cannot give up eating meat. It's okay. All that, forget it. It's all material condition. Right? This material condition, it's very hard because it's like part of you. Right? Because you have been smoking for the last 30 years. Right? You've been drinking for the last 50 years. Right? You must be eating meat for the last 40, 50 years. It's okay. But what we suggest, chant your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra daily. Oh yeah, I suppose we send a beads to that Mataji. What they call? Sivagami Mataji. Okay. All right. I'll send to you by Monday, Mataji. I need to go to the Namahatta to take the thing. All right. So chant Hare Krishna daily. Whether you have the taste, no taste, whether you can concentrate or don't concentrate, so chant and read Bhagavad Gita daily. By doing this both, eventually you'll come to the position. All right, you come to the position whereby all these unwanted anarthas will some or other will leave you. All right, okay. So you can make a change. So result of the past, they take a different position. Thus, the activity of this material world begin. That activity again start. The activities of different species. All right, the activities of what? Different species of the living being are begun from the very moment of creation. Right? Say like for instance, through the semen of a father, I enter into the womb of a mother in the form of a human being. Suddenly I start to show the nature of a human being. Right? Suddenly, through the semen of the father, I entered into the womb of a mother who is a dog. I start to show my activity and all this as a dog. That means I start to have a different day. I've got a different consciousness. Right? If I enter into the womb of a whale, I'll have a different thing. Like today, the National Geography is talking. Even the whale goes to the North Atlantic to give birth. All right. So all these stories like it's very scary. Anyway, so okay. So it started at a very moment of creation. It is not that it is evolved. Now we must understand this theory. Right? Not this theory, this understanding. Right? So there is what do you call what is the first name? We'll talk on a theory of evolution. What is his name? Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin theory is refuted right? But even though it is bogus, but still in school, we are studying that man came from monkey. All right. So the man came from monkey. That means when we are evolved from one species to the next species, the former species will cease to exist. But still we see that a lot of monkeys around, right? There's a lot of orangutan, gorillas around. Okay. So there was some, like the day I was talking to a doctor, he's telling, no, it takes 10 million years. Yes. But why the thing still exists? Right? So when we talk about, for instance, why the thing didn't extinct? When we evolve from something to something, the former is supposed to disappear, right? So all these guys. So actually, what is Prabhupada is telling here is the attitude and the species, everything start at the moment that we are created, not that it is evolved, not it come from one to another, right? Not from one to another. So that means in my lifetime, my grandfather's lifetime, whatever lifetime, we have not even we have not heard, right? Say like for instance, evolvement, say like it takes phase, right? So that means every year there should be one people like moving to one species to another species. It should be happening. Why the thing happened? Say like what some doctors is. I mean, the doctor told me 10 million years ago it started to evolve, but the question is why it stopped. Why has it stopped? All right. Oh, there's evolving in the what they call say like for instance in the bacteria and even in our this thing it evolved. I say no, it didn't evolve. It get mutated. In your language is mutation. You say mutation is evolvement, right? Like sometimes you say okay, when we have a certain bacteria in our body, right? So once the thing happen, it will somehow or other will start to have some kind of fighting spirit. It can fight against the medicine. It can go worse. That's why we are talking about COVID. First injection, second injection, first booster, second booster. You know, I've taken my second booster around 3 weeks ago. Right, second booster. So that means we are doing all these things. All right, somehow or other because it's evolving. But what the Vedic subject is talking, it says that every living entity, creatures has intelligence. Remember that we discussed last week, right? Mind, intelligence, ego. Above that is subtle form. So that means every creature has intelligence. And every creature was created in such a way, it is self-evolved. I mean, it can self-manifest. It know how to fight against their environment naturally. Right? It is not evolvement. It is not like, like what they call the theory of the Charles Darwin, right? What is the theory they call it? Evolvement, right? What do you call it?
Evolution.
Evolution. How can it be evolved? Every living entity has its intelligence. All right. How many dogs that on the street are actually get killed on the road? All right. Even in the busy KL road that day, I saw a dog is crossing. The dog knows. He look at the right, look at the left, look at the right again. Just by looking, and the road is empty. Suddenly, there's one motorbike coming very fast from far away, and the dog saw that motorbike. It stopped because he knows when he crossed, the bike flow definitely going to hit him. Even dog is intelligent to cross the road, right? Even in that just now that the National Geography I saw, right? The whale, the dolphin. The dolphin is hugging the thing. The tiger, the leopard is hugging. They say hug animal day. Valentine's Day, they're going around hugging animals. Even the animals can express love. So where is it came from? So it has its intelligence and it has all its protective measure. All right. It has the measures to protect. Like for instance, that day when I went and took my second booster, I was talking to the doctor. I said, how do they actually do? How they create this booster? They take the RNA from the virus. We talk about DNA, right? And inside DNA called RNA, which is even more minute. They take RNA and they mix with that with this thing. Okay, they process it, they program it, and when they inject to our body, all right, it goes inside and inform the immune system. Well, this is the person that we have to always alert. Whenever you see this kind of person enters into the system, immediately go and kill them. And I was mesmerized. I said, how did they do? Okay, why this AstraZeneca or something like that? Why it didn't work? It takes that it takes the DNA from that coronavirus, he kills it and put into the body. So the body start to recognize a date coronavirus. So when the live coronavirus enter the body, it takes some time for that for the immune system to identify that virus and to fight. That's why, and also got side effect, blah, 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 what the thing is block, all different things. So that means imagine the microbiologists are manipulating and adjusting. So how the thing works there? Because that is the intelligence. So it doesn't evolve. You all agree with me this, or any one of you got any argument that you want to put forth? Any
Very
comment?
well explained, Prabhu. Very well explained, Prabhu.
Okay. Because whenever I talk about this, I got a lot of challenges. Right? Okay, huh?
It has to be that way, Prabhu, because God created us, and if God is the intelligence, we are the image of God, God could have given all the intelligence for us to evolve into a person. So I think your explanation was right. But it's just that one question I want to ask Prabhu.
Mhm.
And then recently they were trying to equate this Dasha-avatar with evolution theory, Prabhu, from
Yeah.
and all these things. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I touched on this. So I was thinking then, how could it be possible?
Yeah, the Dasa Avatar, it is some jokers who got nothing else to do in life, who are great in speculation, right? They say that when they start to say, like, okay, like for instance, there's a documentary called The Ancient Alien. Have you heard of? Have you seen that? There's a, what do you call this guy? Archaeologist in India is going around showing all that amazement of the temples in India. They call it as alien. What they call? Ancient Alien. The title of that documentary is Ancient Alien. So he's going around showing, look at this, look at this. Do you think human might have created this? Or can it be aliens came and built it? So in order for them to market the idea, especially these ancient aliens, and to show something which is cannot perceived, they just come to the understanding of aliens. Why? Very simple. It's very marketable and it's a good business. Whenever I see his video is already at least 500,000 to 1 million, 500,000 view. Every first day he launched, he just come out with a video. By the time I see it, it's already 3 to 5 hours. They have already had something like 50,000-60,000 views. And it's a huge business. All right. So all these things are sense gratification. They're doing it for the sense of it. Right. But what we understand that in previous yuga, all right, what is the mode of achieving liberation is by temple worship. And what is the lifespan people live? Okay, first Satya Yuga, they lived up to how many? 1 million. Right? Second Yuga, 100,000. First Yuga was 100,000. Second Yuga was 10,000. The third Yuga, the Dwapara Yuga, is 10,000. 1,000. In Kali Yuga is 100. Yes or not? So when we talk about 1,000 years old, right? If you can live up to 1,000 years, how many of your forefathers that you can see? Your grandfathers, great-great-grandfathers, great-great-grandfather. So we have years of experience in building temple, right? So they can just imagine when a temple is built, 8 generation, 7 generation will be sitting. The 7th generation great-grandfather will be teaching the last generation the art of creating the temple. And what is the sastra that you should follow? Okay, what are the stones that you see? Like for instance, when they wanted to build the Narsinga deity for Mayapur, right? It's a Stanu Narsimha, one of the most ferocious form. It's only available in heaven, but there's nowhere on earth we have such deities. Once they had in somewhere in Mysore, that whole village became deserted because no proper worship was done. And that also not to this level of severity. But the one in Mayapur is extremely severe. Stanu Narsimha. Right. So when they did that, I read that article. The guy said, you know what type of stone? We have to take the stone, we have ting ting tang tang tang. They must have some sound like this. The stone must be left open, and there's one kind of insect bug that eats the stone. So that means the bug must enter from here and have to make a hole. It should be eating all the stone, eating all the thing, make a tunnel and come out from there. If that thing happen, it's called a living stone. All right. So that means we understand. So but just imagine in those days when they get all the technology to build this because they have forefathers with them. All right. So this kind of nonsense thing that especially it's very sad, especially the bogus Hindus create this kind of theory because they got nothing else to do. Right? They are trying to prove everything is available in the Vedic literature, but they are so foolish. They don't know what to prove. There's so many other things to prove. Right? There's atomic energy. There's a aerial energy, Vimana Sastra, whereby you can fly a plane only with mercury. Why not you study that? Study how you can fly a plane using mercury. Why you go and dig all these? They're so foolishly when they look at that the statues on the temple, they say, look, we have evolution. The Hinduism spoke about evolution, what? 5,000-10,000 years ago. How great? Such a stupid idiots. Bogus. All right. So what they say? First, it came in the form of a fish. From fish, it became evolution. It went into the form of tortoise. Then from the tortoise, it went into the form of boar. Then from the boar, it came into half man, half lion. All right. Then from there, it became a man. Okay. What is after Narsingadev? After Narsingadev is Ram. All right. It came in that form. Then from there, it came there. But the question is, why after that, there's no other form? What evolution they're talking about? First, we talk about fish. Fair enough. Then you talk about tortoise. All right. From fish, become tortoise. Okay, good. Number 3, half man, half lion. After that, what happened? Then from Lord Ram until the Kalki, all are human form. Why in between there's nothing? All right. Why can't they show the evolution after Krishna's form? The new God came in the form of monkey, turned into monkey, and after that turned into this thing and turned into cow. Why are they not showing that?
They have forgotten the bird, Prabhu.
No. What bird, Prabhu?
They have forgotten the bird, evolution of the bird. So next avatar has to have a wing.
Yeah. No, see, because this thing was asked to me, it was like not a heated argument, but it was just a healthy argument in front of Perumal temple in Klang. In Klang Perumal temple, they were showing, see, this is evolution. I say, what is evolution? All right. Why the evolution stopped here? Right? Why when the monkey turned into human being, why there is still monkey available? Right? Until today, they're talking about Bigfoot. Until now, they couldn't find Bigfoot. Even with advanced technology, with all this kind of technology, they haven't found a Bigfoot. Right? They said, okay. And who's Bigfoot? It's like a big, huge monkey. Where are they? Where is it? Godzilla. Where is Godzilla? Right? And after that, they try to take that, what they call? Then another thing, they said, oh, what do you call? Dragons, what do you call? Dinosaurs. What happened to dinosaurs? Very simple. In previous Yuga, human are tall. Everything is big. Kali Yuga standard, everything getting smaller and smaller, smaller. All the thing become like a lizard, become like a small iguana, and all these stuff. All these are what they call retarded dinosaurs. They became smaller and smaller and smaller because that's what Kali Yuga going to happen. As long, okay, like for instance, previously we were the standard human height was around 10 feet or 12 feet tall. Right? In fact, I remember I see my grandfather, yeah, he was a 6-footer. Not only my grandfather, my this side grandfather, my uncles, everyone was tall. It's very rare you can find dwarf people. Correct or not, Prabhu? You agree with me, Siva Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, because you are a HA, you are working in a hospital. So formally, you see everyone looks tall, right? And when you see a dwarf, you will be, wow, why this looks so short? Like it's like a shocking person. Correct or not?
Yeah.
And we also hardly can see eunuch, Pondans. We also can hardly see them, right?
Yeah.
But now, as Kali Yuga coming, now we start to see more and more eunuchs, more and more, what do you call that? What is that? Dwarf. There's so many people are becoming dwarf because this is what Kali Yuga is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. The man will become a woman. The woman will start to act like a man. And, there'll be no more marriage ceremony. And it's all going to be like a gay ceremony. Man marry man. Right? All these kind of things happen. It's all mentioned in the description of Kali Yuga. I think in Canto 12 Bhagavatam. Right? If you have a Bhagavatam, just try to peep into that. The description of Kali Yuga. Right? There are a lot of things. Right? The women start to, the women start to cut the hair short. The man will start to grow the hair long. Right? And the man will start to go for hairdresser and start to like maintain his hair, beautiful hair. All these kind of things is mentioned in that Bhagavad. All right?
Yeah.
The man will become what they call fearful. The man becomes fearful, like Panakoda. The men become Panaka, and the women become more and more brave. That's why you see now in army that a lot of more women are coming in armed force, right? Sooner or later, there are a lot of women will take up all the position in the government, and the men will stay at home and become like Tirbali. Right? When my wife was doing a master's degree, when I went for graduation, I got a shock. 99%, I think I see all women. Only few men I saw, right? And Prabhu, you're working in a hospital line. You see a lot of women there, right?
Yeah, Prabhu, many doctors, even the housemen coming in, all
girls, right?
Doctors.
Yeah, hardly you can see men, correct or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see, my wife is the head of this psychiatric department, Ipoh, this thing, pharmacies. I see all the pharmacies, women. I just go there, I said, hey, why you don't have any male pharmacies? Got like one or two. Things are like that. It's mentioned. So we have to think, all right? So all this theory of evolution and theory of all these things, all bogus, right? Because when they want to say something, see, like for instance, sometimes they praise the scientists, right? But the problem is the scientists cannot give any definite definition. They cannot give anything definite. That's why they call it as theory. What is theory? Something I think like that, but it can be not like that, right? They call theory of evolution, theory of this theory. Why they cannot give any definition, definite answer? The only definite thing that you can get this is only from the Vedic literature. Definite, everything that we study in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is definite definition. It is not a theory. Maybe the way they present maybe looks like mythology, right? Hey, how can that be? There's a kind of mercury, there's a kind of a preparation mercury. A rishi with some strength of the herbs and mantra, he drinks it. All right. And he urinate on the bell metal, and the bell metal will turn into gold. Right? They say, what nonsense is this? Okay, take a mercury, mix with some herbs, right? With the power of some mantra, you drink it. Then when you urinate into the bell metal, and the bell metal will turn into gold. I got such thing. Oh, you protect the thing with mantra. What nonsense mantra? But why until today they cannot open the Padmanabha Swami? That's what they call the cell. It has trillions of dollars. If they open the vault in Padmanabha Swami temple, I think India is 10 or 50 times richer than America, or all the world combined, they're 100 times richer.
Yeah.
And how they couldn't open? There's no lock. Oh, last time, this Vedic literature, all nonsense, all fairy tale stories. But now, how to open that? It's mentioned. A person must be born brahmachari, who have never touched a woman, who never discreted semen, and he should undergone this kind of training. And with his mystical power, he chant that Naga mantra, and the door can be opened. Until then, no way can open the door. How the thing happened? It may sound a mythology, but it's a fact. Right? Like for instance, they're talking about flying the Vimana Sastra. Now, I think they start doing research. Right? How can you fly the Vimana Sastra? How can you fly a plane with powered by mercury? No battery, no nothing, no petrol, no nothing. Mercury. Now it may sound a mythology. Maybe soon in the future they'll find out. Right? And they say, you can control everything with your mind. You can create something which is very artificial and you can control. Where got such thing? All nonsense. It's all mythology. But now today, AI, artificial intelligence has come up. Right? Artificial intelligence, perfect. You know, what is the artificial? That means even I can do a class, and the artificial, that means me, who is virtual, will be talking. I'll be standing beside and just watching. But all the participants think I'm talking. All these things, when the Shastra says, you know, all this kind of mystical power, you know, all this, where got such thing? Now is that this thing. But of course, there's a difference. Whatever things that we are seeing here is distorted. It is very minimical. I mean, it's like, it doesn't have that kind of power. It doesn't have that kind of what they call the energy, right? Like those days, when they take the horse, you know, they don't have that kind of things. Now they create a car also, still this very minimum. I mean, they cannot come to that perfection of our yesteryears. That's what our Mahabharata is going to prove. You know, that book that I'm distributing, Mahabharata, the ancient science, is going to prove one by one. What does this mean? Where they found this? What are the things? Even it spread up to China. But what the Vedic literature says, the whole world was under Sanatana Dharma. People say, yeah. You are another kind of sentimentalist. That's why sometimes they call the religious people as sentimentalists. Oh, you are with God, so you think everything is God. The whole world was India, the whole world was Bharatvarsha and all this. But now that book is going to break their nose. It's going to be a revolution book, you know, Prabhu. A book that is this thing, you know, because I used to join, I was first to give them that Zoom platform for them to, for the Chandru to start giving talk. In fact, sometimes you can see, you know, when there's a meeting with the scientists in India, they will have heated argument, right? After they talk, they say, you don't talk to me. I am these qualifications. Then he say, just cut. They say, I'm not bothered about what's your qualification. What is your evidence? Right? You want evidence? I can show you. There's a stone. There's a stone they went and dig in when they were making this what they call underground tunnel in London. Right? There's a kind of Brahmin people, Brahmakas or something like that, were living in London. They were the head of the religion. Right? In Slovakia, in Slovenia, they had an ancient tribal religion. Okay, they called Slovaks. All right, they what is the ancient religion? They prayed to that two beautiful couple called Raka and Krakna. Who is Raka? Raka is a milkmaid. All right, she's extremely beautiful. Everyone is attracted, and that boy, the cowherd boy, right? Who has a flute in his hand, who like to keep a peacock feather on his head, always run behind her, and they are the supreme deity. They worship Raka and Krakna. So that means what's Raka Krakna is Radha Krishna. Yeah. And we talk about the civilization of China. China is such a big civilization. Who are they actually? Right? And who are they? Who are they in this Mahabharata war? Right? They were the one who were handling what they call the elephant battalion for Kauravas. They are very expert in handling elephants. They are in charge of elephant battalions. All right. So there's a small tiny place called China, China, C-I-N-A. And eventually, I think the whole tiny became the whole nation. It's very ancient, you know, China, Guangzhou, all these things, right? There's a place, Katun, where Krishna had his pastime, right? In China, not this thing. And we talk about Russia. What is Russia? Why Russia people never give up? Why Russians? There's a pro-Russian never give up. Why? When you look at Russia, what are they? They are Rishia, the place of rishis. Rishis are very determined people. They never give up. They fight to the end. That's why the Hare Krishna movement can be accepted very easily by the Russians. And they just never give up. Right? So these are the things. So these are, where do Rishis are, wherever Rishis there, you know, like a heavenly damsel. That's why you see the Russian girls are more extremely very beautiful, extremely beautiful, all these kind of things. So all these things which is called mythology now is proving. But the problem now in Kali Yuga, we have to show this to prove to people that actually Veda is correct. But do we have the lifetime to do it? So don't waste time. If you're convinced with this thing, chant Hare Krishna, read your Bhagavad Gita, and make sure, set your mind, set your goals. See, we are setting goals for all our other things, right? This is my goal setting. Even I think in your hospitals, you have goal setting, right, Prabhu? This thing like in pharmacy, they said, oh, there shouldn't be a red light. Whenever there's a long queue, the red light will come up. So they want to avoid that red light. All right, red siren. They want to avoid that. So they work so hard so that everything comes. So everything in life, you are setting goals. So why not you set your ultimate goal? that in this birth itself, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
I must go back. So what is the procedure of going back? Very simple procedure, right? If you're not going to follow this procedure, other procedures are going to be very tough, right? Oh, give up meat, give up alcohol, give up this thing, give up illicit sex, give up gambling. Oh, okay, give up. I like it, but I give up because I want to go back home. Right? Wake up early in the morning, chant Hare Krishna. Wake up, do this, do that. Simple live. All right. Whatever you eat, you offer to Krishna. Right? Oh, cannot tahan. Go to India. Cannot tahan. Until one day you get fed up, you will explode. And all your effort is wasted. What they call the backfire. Sometimes the cigarette smokers, right? They smoke suddenly when they quit. When they come back, they like relapse. They call relapse. They overdo it. So what is the procedure? Very simple. Chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds daily. And chant with full attention. Right? And in order for you to chant that 16 rounds daily, please memorize this, the 10 offenses of chanting. Maybe I'll share that in the group later. What are the 10 offenses chanting? The blasphemy of the devotee who have dedicated life for Krishna. To consider the name of devatas like Shiva, Surya, and everything equal to Krishna. All right, these are the second offense. The third is right, to disobey the order of a spiritual master. So these are the 10 offenses. Just try to memorize these 10 offenses and chant Hare Krishna. You have to know the offense to avoid the offense. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Right? That eventually a guru will appear in front of you. When the guru appears in front of you, the guru gives you diksha. That's it. Right? But not necessarily all those who accept diksha, they got diksha. Then end of the day, you don't follow. Just by accepting diksha, that means you are not on a royal route to Goloka Vrindavan. Still, you have to follow your rules and regulation. Right? Some say, oh, I've already taken diksha, just like some Christians used to talk. All right? We don't. Nowadays, people are talking like that. They're becoming like as long as you're a Christian, you're going to heaven. Right? This kind of things happening. It's all this bogus. We have to be very firm. Right? So how to be firm? Very simple. Chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita daily. And if possible, try to distribute Bhagavad Gita. Things will just work out. Right? And remember what we have read before. I think we're in chapter 5, chapter 6, if I'm not mistaken, what he said. Right? To the level of a person surrenders, I give you the intelligence accordingly. Krishna will never give you intelligence, everything at one go. He will tell you, okay, now you're finished level 1. Then you go to level 2, give you gradual. Every time Prabhupada use the word gradual. So it must be a gradual process, right? So gradually. And after that, what Krishna says, right? When a person surrenders to me with exclusiveness, what I say, I will bring the torch and remove the ignorance born of darkness. So Krishna have to light up your life. வாழ்க்கையில அவர்தான் விளக்கேத்தி வைக்கணும். அவர் அந்த விளக்கு எடுத்து வந்து காமிச்சோன்னா அந்த விஞ்ஞானம், அதாவது all that ignorance born of this thing will be removed. And that also by his blessings only. So just go on. Just chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita. Everything will work out. Right? Okay, just we finish up this article. So the activities of different species of living beings are begun from the very moment of creation. Right? When the dog born, it will immediately start to bark. Correct or not? When the dog born, not meow meow. Right or not? When the calf born, like that. When the kid born, all right, it's a moment of creation. It is not that all is evolved. The different species of life are created immediately along with the universe. All right. So what are the different types of people that we can think of? Man, animals, beasts. Sorry. All right. So where was I? All right. Man, animal, beasts, birds, everything. Okay, is simultaneously created. You must understand this word. All right, simultaneously created is not that Brahma created man first, then put here. Oh, he needs vegetable. Then he create plant. No, all created at the same time, because whatever desire the living entities. So whatever desires, all right, the living entities had at the last annihilation. Okay, whatever desire the living entities had at the last, when formerly when the thing destroyed. What are the things they desired again manifested? Right? Krishna is so kind, right? At the same time, whatever desire where you have at the time that you're going to leave the body, it will be granted in next birth. Right? Like sometimes, you know, that when I was watching this thing, you know, like people say, oh, gorilla, look at that gorilla, look at the gorilla's thing. You know, they will be sitting in the jungle, see how the gorilla eats, how the gorilla make love, how the gorilla give birth, how the gorilla anything. So at the time of death, what Krishna says, very simple. You like gorilla so much, right? Why not become one? Right or not? Huh? Why you want to become a human being and go and investigate them? Why not make you a gorilla so you know what's happening in you, right? Like that. So again, manifested. It is clearly indicated here by the word avasham. Avasham. Avasham means what? That the living entities have nothing to do in this process. So the living entity have nothing to do. They have no need to worry about this process. The state of being, okay, now let's look at it. The state of being in their past life, in the creation, simply manifest again. Always must remember this. If any one of you got a camera, please take a snapshot and keep it or write it somewhere. The state being in their past life, in the past creation, is simply manifested again. Right? What you felt is Prabhu's life, it will manifest again. And all this done simply by his will, of course, by Krishna's will. And this is inconceivable potency. What is inconceivable? The potency that can never be understood, can never be described, right? Of God. And after creating different species of life, okay, he has no connection with them. After he create all these kind of things, he has no connection with them. That means, in other words, do you see Krishna standing beside you and tell you what to do? He have created you and he have left you because he have given you the independence, the minute independence, the free will. You can decide, right? What do you want to do with your life? It's exactly your decision. He gave you that free will. That means he created you and he let you go. Do whatever you feel like doing. He gave you a free will. You all understand? All right. So that means creating this way, he has no connection with them. The creation takes place to accommodate the inclination of the various living entities. So that means the creation takes place. So the creation takes place, accommodate, to facilitate, to fulfill the inclination or the desire of various living entities. And so the Lord does not become involved in it. Like sometimes they say, if Krishna is created, he knows this is not the right place. Okay, why first of all you need to do all this kind of mess? Why can't he just come and say, let's go back? Right? Okay. So I used to ask that question. Okay, if suddenly Krishna appears in front of you, let's go back. Are you willing to go or not? Right? Now, have you seen the truth? Yes. Why not you give up everything? Sell off your property, sell off your business and everything. Right? Since your children are grown up, okay, why not inherit all the property or give to everybody because you're already very elderly man? Give up everything, pack your things, go to Mayapur, Vrindavan. Right? Don't worry, you don't need to live like a very simple beggar life. All right, because Hare Krishna is everywhere around the world. I can try to get for you a place to stay. Right? I can get you a place to stay. Why not go on the path of renunciation? Cannot. So what's the point when Krishna is going to come to you and give you this kind of freedom? You can't take it. But now itself you found out, you know already, this is the only way for salvation. So now why not you do it? Cannot. So that's the thing. All right. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, I mean, the example that person is telling, why Krishna cannot come and give it? I said, are we willing to accept it? So if you are here listening to this lecture or reading Bhagavad Gita and have some kind of attraction to Bhagavad Gita and chanting and everything, what it shows actually, right? It shows that you are getting attracted to something which you're supposed to be attracted to. And to do this, you are considered very fortunate, extremely fortunate. Out of millions of birth and death, when a person, it's hardly, the person must be very lucky to get a form of a human being. After millions of birth, one or fortunate will get a form of human. And out of millions of human, they rarely know me as God. Not everyone knows Krishna as God. And out of millions of people know Krishna as God, they rarely surrender to me. Sometimes you see, right? Sometimes you go to the North Indian, I know Krishna better than you. You South Indian, you don't know anything. Have you heard that before? I hope that's, I'm not offending anyone. I'm just saying, have you heard that before? Do you think you know Krishna better than us? Hello? I think you all have not heard that before. Huh?
No, Prabhu.
No. Because when I was young, I used to join this, what they call Jalan Ipoh, what they call at Jalan Kasipile, what they call Lakshmi Narayan Temple. Right? Even in Ipoh, there's a Radha Krishna temple. Sometimes some old ladies were telling, you know better than me. We know Krishna because we have been praying to Krishna from the day one, our forefathers, everything. No? So let me see. Even though they know, they hardly surrender to him. And out of millions of people who have surrendered to him, they rarely achieve me. Why? Sometimes after you surrender, you have to follow some rules and regulation. It's very hard because you're fighting against your false ego. The falsification of your identity. I am this, I am that. Who are you to tell me? Right? Sometimes, you see that when you go to, a person who are not so well educated or not properly situated job, suddenly coming and telling a person who are very highly qualified, I think, Prabhu, you're doing that, right? No, you shouldn't do that, Prabhu. You should, no, I think you should do this. No, he's a senior by experience in devotional service, but of course, by material qualification, he's totally out. And this person who are very highly qualified, highly educated, but spiritually blind, spiritually coming up. So when these people come and tell, are you trying to tell me this? You know, who am I? Because the same thing happened in this Juhu temple. All right, Juhu temple is a place where all the educated people, IIT graduates will come there. Right, very highly qualified people. All the cream of the crop in India goes to the temple, and all that Goranga Das, that there's a motivator. What is his name? There's a devotee who like to give motivation. What is his name? Do you all follow him?
Gopal Gauranga Das.
Gopal. All right. Gopal Gauranga. All right. He's IIT graduate. So all these kind of highly educated, highly graduates are there. Right. So one day, one person came and they said, he was walking, he came to the kitchen, he said, come. He said, can you do us a favor? Peel the potato. He got so offended. He was thinking in his heart, you know who am I? I'm very highly qualified. I'm IIT graduate. I'm a gold medalist. I'm the cream of the crop. I'm such a very highly positioned in my job. And I need to peel potato. These guys are okay. He was very offended. But he was angrily peeling potato. Then after that, the class time, His Holiness Radhanath Swami was giving class. Suddenly, he just said, I am IIT graduate. I am a cream of the crop. I am very highly educated, sought after personality, the cream of the crop. And do I need to peel potato? When he said that, that fellow got shocked. How did he know? He was thinking in his heart. But that His Holiness Maharaj was simply talking about it. Right? He was like, the guy was like, wow, this guy got some power. So he was listening. So he was giving all the excuses. I am a doctor. Do I need to peel potato? I am this. Do I need to do that? After that, then he said something which is mind-blowing. Please listen to this attentively. It takes you 8,400,000 lifetime to peel potato for Krishna. You understand? It takes minimum 8,400,000 lifetime to listen to Bhagavad Gita class, to chant the holy name, or to taste the prasadam, to be connected with the devotees, especially in Brahma, Madhava, Gaudiya, Vaishnava, Sampradaya. Because here we're talking about prema bhakti, loving relationship with Krishna, which is the ultimate. Other Sampradaya, Bhaya Bhakti, Baindukittu. You Purumale, oh no, Narayana, Purumale, Baindukittu. Purumala, that's the Kalathila, Tunda, Idpla Katikuanga. Purumale and Mari. We are, and you look at Krishna, oh, wonderful, beautiful Krishna, Haribol. Right? So you must be very fortunate. All right. So with this, we end the session. It's already 9. So it's such a wonderful session. That's what I'm telling you. This chapter 9, I think we're going to take months because chapter 9, every verse is full of nectar. Okay. We did one, 9 point. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya, is it? Then the millennium material nature, and at the beginning, all the many potency, I create them again. Why we stopped, right? Oh, text 9. Okay, next week's text 9. I better mark it. Next 9. So Gantra, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakal patrubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha. Patitanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Tomorrow is Ekadasi. Please fast. And tomorrow is called Vijaya Ekadasi. So just now Siva Prabhu was telling, yes, I need to go to Perumal. What to do, Prabhu? The lamentation. Siva Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu.
If you want to achieve anything, tomorrow is the day. Vijaya Ekadasi.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Ekadasi, the glories is before Lord Ram goes and kill this Ravana, he fast on this Ekadasi. So whoever those fast on this Ekadasi will have victory in life. Vijaya Ekadasi. So what are the things to do? Best thing is wake up early in the morning, do your prayer, chant Hare Krishna, chant 64 rounds, because Ekadasi day you don't have any other activity but chanting. And of course, fasting. Fasting means you avoid eating grains. Okay, eating grains. The best to eat is fruits, or flowers, like buckwheat, right? Buckwheat you can just put like a rice, and you can cook like a rice, and you can make potatoes, sabji, potato paratal. You can eat along. It's very interesting, very tasty. Few things you need to avoid. You cannot use normal salt. You must use rock salt. Spices must be natural. You cannot use babas, right? Because that one we don't know whether they put grains or not. Then other than that, okay. So there's a thing, and if possible, try to stay awake at night. Right? Don't simply stay awake by watching serial or watching Facebook. Stay awake by reading more and more sastras like Bhagavatam. I believe all of you got a Bhagavatam, or if not, at least Bhagavad Gita. Read through the Bhagavad Gita very thoroughly. Also Chaitanya Charitamrita, all these things, and chanting. Okay. Then you break fast early in the morning at this hour. All right. So this is something very auspicious. Okay, this is supposed to be the way that Ekadasi is supposed to do. That means fast without taking anything. First is option, don't take anything. They call nirjala. Nir means water, right? So avoid water, nirjala. That means not even a drop of water. If you can't do that, at least you can take water. Or you can't sustain with that, at least you can take meal that is not cooked, like fruits. Be a fruitarian. That's why I always believe fruitarian. We talk about vegetarian, meatarian, altarian. Give a break to your stomach. Be a fruitarian. Take fruits. Okay. So you can take some Mataji. I think Saras Mataji. I think where is she? Saraswati Mataji. Yes, she's there. She's from Kuala Kangsar. She only
Yes,
eats
Prabhu.
at night. Correct? 1 meal a day, right?
Okay, Prabhu.
No. You eat 1 meal a day, right?
No, 2 morning.
Ekadasi day.
Ekadasi. No. I take only sweet potatoes. 1 meal. 1 meal only.
1 meal, yes. She only
Yes,
takes
1
sweet
meal.
potato once a day. That's it. Right? She just bake the sweet potato, just take once a day in the evening, something like that. All right? And try to avoid coffee, tea. Okay? Not avoid, must not. So, and pray to Krishna. All right? So it is much easier than going to Ganga, Yamuna, or doing any kind of severe austerity. What you need to do, simply fast. All right? Fasting, but always at chanting Hare Krishna. All right? Maybe Sivagami Mataji, I think since you don't have a beats with you, do you have a clicker? You know, the thing that you click, right? If you can get that clicker, I think you can get it in any, what shop is that? Stationery. You can go to the stationery, ask for clicker. All right? Clicker, just click. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then click. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So you can use the clicker to chant. Right? Like Saraswati Mataji, you know, she said sometimes she don't even chant with the beach. She will be chanting from the daybreak until this thing. She don't do anything. Just simply sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna the whole day. So whichever way, Krishna understand your intention. Krishna will give you the intelligence, and Krishna will clear your path. All right. With that, happy Ekadasi. And on Saturday is going to be Sivaratri. All right, Sivaratri is another auspicious day. Lord Shiva is one of that authority on this the worship, or one of the adhikari. And on Ekadasi, on that day, we're going to have a Bhagavatam class. Okay, I was thinking even a 2% say yes, we're going to start the class. I think we have 2% said yes. I think Nanda Mataji and Arsi Mataji, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I don't
Yes.
know. Okay, so we'll do the class from 2 p.m. 2:30 to 4. All right, or something like that. Because I want to replace the Bhagavatam
You
class.
will also join the class, Prabhu.
Can. So then starting from next March onwards, I have to like replan the classes to make it on Saturday and Sunday, because other days I got commitment. Right. Anyway, we leave it to Krishna, so I don't take you much of your time. Have a
Prabhu.
nice day. Yes. Prabhu.
Yeah, one quick.
Yes. Yes, you have muted. Unmute yourself. Yes, Prabhu.
ரொம்ப thirsty-ஆ இருக்கு. துளசி soak பண்ண வாட்டர் குடிக்கலாமா?
இல்ல, நீங்க
பிரபு?
பேசிட்டே இருக்கும்போது மீட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. What is your question again?
ரொம்ப தண்ணி தாகமா சின்னத்துல இருக்குது. அப்ப துளசி soak பண்ண துளசி லீஃப் soak பண்ண வாட்டர் குடிக்கலாமா பிரபு?
ஓகே, நீங்க அண்ணா வந்து கிருஷ்ணாக்கு தண்ணி ஆஃபர் பண்ணுவீங்க தானே துளசி வச்சு?
ஆமா பிரபு.
அதை எடுத்து நீங்க வந்து உங்க கேட்டல் இருக்கு தானே, ஆர்ன தண்ணி வைக்கிற கேட்டல் மாதிரி இருக்கு தானே?
ஆமா பிரபு.
Take and put it there and just add water and drink, no problem.
Can இதுனே பிரபு?
Can. Why not?
Okay, just
the only thing, don't chew the tulsi. Tulsi முள்ளாதீங்க. Because tulsi வந்து got very high contents of mercury, which is will affect your teeth. Animal வந்து இது பண்ணிரும். அதனால துளசி வந்து நாக்குல வச்சு அப்படி செஞ்சு உருட்டி டபக்குன்னு முழுங்கிருங்க.
பிரபு, நல்ல வேலை சொன்னீங்க. நான் அதான் செஞ்சுக்கிறேன்.
சில பேர் வந்து துளசி எடுத்து சிலத்து நீங்க துளசியை கடிச்சு சாப்பிட்டீங்கன்னா முன்னீங்கன்னா நாக்கெல்லாம் அப்படியே நம்ம ஆயிரும் தானே,
ஊறுற மாதிரி இருக்கு.
வெத்தலை சாப்பிட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஏன்னா அதுல வந்து mercury content high.
சரி பிரபு, ஓகே.
அப்ப அது என்ன செய்யணும்னா, நீங்க வந்து ஒரு துளசி ஆஃபர் பண்ணி எடுத்து தடியில போட்டுங்க.
சரிங்க.
நான் வந்து ஒரு எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு 10-15 வாட் அல்ல ஒரு டேட்டிஸ் குரூப்லாம் வைப்பேன். அதை எடுத்து அப்படியே வந்து அந்த கேட்டல் ஊத்திடுவேன். ஸோ அதுல நிறைய துளசி இருக்கும். அதை வச்சு குடிச்சா இஸ் வெரி ஹெல்த்தி. துளசி டெய்லி நீங்க சாப்பிட்டீங்கன்னா I heard it cures something like around 300 types of disease or something like that. Yeah. So you can drink water. All right. Okay. So on Ekadasi day, because they must understand day after tomorrow is Dwadasi day, you cannot pluck tulasi. And tomorrow is Friday, Ekadasi also. Okay, what do you do? The kanja tulasi kadakudilla. அந்த கடத்துல எங்கேயாச்சும் காஞ்ச துளசி உளுந்து கிடைச்சுன்னா அதை எடுத்துங்க. துளசியே 10 ஒண்ணு செய்யலாம். அந்த துளசி பிச்சு ஆஃபரிங் செய்யலாம். ஒரு துளசி வைக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. சரியா? அதுவும் கிடைக்கலன்னா அந்த காஞ்ச கம்பு இருக்குல்ல, துளசி கம்பு, அந்த கம்பை கூட உடைச்சி நீங்க அதை போட்டாலும் you can offer to Krishna. So நாளைக்கும் நாளானிக்கும் துளசியை பறிக்காதீங்க. சரி பிரபு. Okay. Good night. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
I hope you all enjoyed the class.
Thank you.
Very nice, Prabhu.
All right, bye.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Gauranga.